Hi there, welcome here to JoJo Tarot. I'm gonna get after some requests. I got the glasses on. Does it make me look like a celebrity? I'll be a celebrity in my garden, right? That's what I'll do. Okay, I'll do 3. I'll do Sue Bird and Meghan Rapino. I'll look at that. I guess they broke up. Number 2, we'll look at Kylie Jenner. And number 3, just for funsies, let's take a peek at Selena and Benny. Some people are mad about his haircut. I mean, Benny is Benny. Whatever. It's just a haircut. Hair grows back. Anyway, so yeah. I don't see my other... It's okay. I won't use that deck then. I use the traditional Rider-Waite. And yeah, I looked at pictures of Sue Bird and Meghan Rapino, and I remember Meghan from the Olympics. What a soccer player. And I didn't know that she and her partner, they were married and they've broken up. And I didn't look at any news about that because I try to really just lean into intuition. But when I was looking at pictures of them, I got the vibe that Sue was maybe the dominant one in the relationship. She kind of drove things, if you will. They both have their separate athletic careers. Meghan is kind of the shiny one, I think, with soccer, but maybe Sue Bird is too. I don't know. Anyway, when I read the question, the first word I got in my mind was something about jealousy. And I don't think it would be jealousy of their careers, their respective careers, because I think they were very supportive, but maybe somebody had a wandering eye would be my guess. But let's take a look and see. I have no idea. I'm just sorry that it didn't work out. And sometimes, with our favorites, it just doesn't work out. When you're in the public eye, it's pretty hard, in my humble opinion, to maintain anything normal. But yeah, and also this is just tarot. It's for entertainment only. I may be right, I may be wrong, but yeah, let's take a peek at it. So Sue Bird and Meghan Rapino. What happened? What can we know about this bust up? It's too bad. It's genuinely too bad. But maybe they're happy, and maybe, these things just have to go that way sometimes. We don't know everything. Oops. Don't want to see that card, but when I'm shuffling, I get cards. That is vices. I don't know if somebody has a particular vice, like that's stabbed in the back. That would be a jealousy card too. What happened with these two? They looked so happy. Fighting, being ripped off. Okay, I think we're good here. All right, what happened with Sue Bird and Meghan Rapino? What can we know about this relationship? Sue Bird and Meghan Rapino. They broke up. We just would like to get a little insight about it. And I'll try to remember to put timestamps in, and I don't promise that I'm going to because I've been terrible about that, but I'll try. Okay, first card out. Here we got it. I was shuffling. You saw me. 10s are endings. Oh, excuse me. It's a 9. 9 of Wands. Yes. There was somebody who has anxiety, or it caused anxiety, but also 9 is close to a 10, which is endings. So yes, we know it ended, but it broke down. It broke down, and it caused, I think, Meghan quite a lot of anxiety. Here it is, fighting. And nobody's winning. 5 of Rods, you can see it. Everybody has a different tunic. It goes around and around. And it just became unlivable. And these things can happen. Like I said, it's just too bad. So the anxiety, the fighting coming up here. Nine of Cups, they're happier apart. I hate to tell you, but they are. They're moving on, but the 9 is also, we're sandwiched with 2 9s, which is interesting. I don't think this is meaning they'll get back together no time soon, but I think they're treating each other better is what I'm getting right now. And there's better skies and things coming for both of them, okay? Let's look at the bottom of this. Okay, interesting. King of Wands. He's a good orator, and they've had to maybe go to some counseling to be kinder in their words, get over this argument, get over this anxiety, learn to communicate kindly again. None of this is indicating that they will get back together, and we'd have to look at it again another time. They're both happier for whatever reason, and I don't know why, and I didn't look it up. Okay, inside... Yeah, okay. Here, I've got 2 cards that will explain a little bit more of this. Queen of Pentacles. Maybe one of them wants to have kids and the other didn't, because this can be a fertility card, and they can adopt, and that could cause this kind of arguing. But like I said, the first card I got was some kind of jealousy, anger, disappointment. But we get the Justice card right next to it. That's letting go of the past. And they are going to let go of the past. They want us to let go of the past. They're going to be nicer to each other. They're happier now. And I'm not getting exactly why, other than perhaps it shifted and one of them wants a family and the other was like, yeah, I never signed up for that. So, it's too bad. It really is too bad. All right, let's look at Kylie Jenner. Now, I was listening to something about her makeup line, and she eventually sold it out to Cody, which is smart. Oops. She's a rich man, in the words of Cher. Dang. Yeah, and she's dating Timmy Chalamet. We're just going to look at her. They've been together a minute. I do not see him putting a ring on that. And that's just my opinion. Maybe he would. I feel like he does a lot of things out of convenience. He can use her jet. He can do this. He can do that. He's a little bit of a... And she allows it. So it's between them, If we don't like it, that's, mind my own business. Right? But, and she grew up in that bubble of the Kardashians. And there is a creator who makes really good videos. She is a psychologist. Her name is Julie, Theis. Can't say it. But as an educator, we're de facto psychologists. And we diagnose people. And we... psychology. Anyway, she's done videos on the psychology of that whole family and other celebrities, and I've listened to a few of her things, but it's been a minute. She's really interesting. She did such a good one about Hailey Bieber that it got under Hailey's skin, and she sent a letter through her lawyers. I'm going to sue. Well, it's her opinion. She can give her opinion, but well, I don't remember what she said, but it was pretty spot on, I think. Anyway, we're just going to look at Kylie and what's coming for her. She's got those 2 kids. I looked that up. One's 8. One is 4. Interestingly, she said something about her 8-year-old Stormy. Like, Stormy's her best friend. Nah, girl. Your kids are not your best friends. When they get to be adults... well past a certain age, they might be your best friend. You can really communicate well, but no, not an 8-year-old. But maybe in time, she and her 8-year-old will go in business together. That would make the sense. That's kind of what that family does. They go into business with each other. But as for makeup, it's a very poor time to try and be in anything with makeup because... we're going to be looking at oil shortages. We already have that. And mascara is a byproduct of petroleum. You know, they blend it with a bunch of other stuff. So, and makeup is already marked up. It's just going to get harder. Plastics, too. That's a byproduct of petroleum. So, anyway, her makeup line was fraught with some problems, but she sold it to Cody. Very smart thing to do. But then I think she can only use her name, Kylie Cosmetics. They have the rights to other parts of that. And she was proven not to be a billionaire. You know, that was a story that's a little silly. And, you know, she's rich. She's rich. So, yeah. All right. Let's just pull it over here. And let's take a look at her. I'm not looking at her and Mr. Chalamet. I'm looking at her alone. What's coming for Ms. Kylie Jenner? What can we know? More children? I don't think Mr. Chalamet wants to be a father right yet. All right. Okay. Decisions? I don't know. What's coming up for Ms. Kylie Jenner? What can we know about her? What can we know about Miss Kylie Jenner? There's the rich man, King of Pentacles. She will always have enough money around her. That family just will. You know, until you don't. I don't know if there's disappointment coming. I haven't cut. But if you know, you know. More often than not, it happens. Maybe that's what's coming. That would be engagement. Oh. And I know some of you would love to see them engaged. And we'll see what happens here on these cards. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. What can we know about Ms. Jenner, Ms. Kylie Jenner? What's coming for her? How's she doing? Her summer's good. She's happy. She's doing young people things as she should. Okay. What do we got here? Page of Swords. This is a very intellectual person in her life, I suppose, a younger person. Maybe it's some advisors around her that are helping her with contracts, with deals. Keep your eyes out. She would have a good team around her to look over anything that might come her way. But like I said, the cosmetic industry, which I think she's mostly in. Maybe she's trying to get into acting. I heard that. Yeah. So this is a very sharp, kind of lawyer-minded person around her. Keeping an eye out on the contracts. Oh, we get this card again. She gets the wish card so she can have what she wants. I don't know what her wishes are. And in a shadow sense, this is the smug delights. I don't pick up on her being particularly smug. I just think she grew up in a bubble and yeah, much like royalty, it's hard to know what a normie is like. So she's happy her cups are full. That's great. Let's look on ahead. Oh dear, oh dear. Judgment. They're just a little naked on the bottom. And this is one of the major cards. Gosh, what does that mean? Well, I know she has been judged for her makeup line. She's got to watch out, like not put out product that is so expensive, because regular people can't afford it. You know, I think most of us can get by with products from the discount stores or whatever is cheap at your big box store. So she needs to be very careful, and maybe this person watches that. Let's take another card to just see. Oh, well, this is the Lovers. So she's very happy in her relationship with Mr. Chalamet, and they are compatible that way. I just have to cover them if they're a little on the Nake side. And these are two huge cards together. I'd have to kind of think harder on that, what that means. But let's look at the bottom of the deck and let's see if we see any engagement. for them coming. My opinion was no. Yikes. This is more about judgment. People felt ripped off by her products. That's where this person is trying to help her. She's rebranded many times, and then next to it is her looking over her lines and wondering, have I done enough? That's where this person is helping. They're helping her get through that, okay? Gonna cover you. These two cards are most interesting. I'd have to come back with more on that. Okay, let's look inside the deck. What do we get here? She's got 3 large cards. High Priestess is a wonderful card. I think she can have good intuition when she wants to, when she leans into it, when she's not distracted. I think she'll have some better luck with her brands coming. And there's definitely travel going abroad. And maybe that's what she's going to do is, I don't know that she'll get out of the family, so to speak, but looking over to Europe and other places where she can expand. And she's very happy. I don't see engagement in this. They've been together 3 years, so that's a solid amount of time. When he gets a little more mature, then it might happen. But I see good things for her, and my prediction is if she feels this way about her daughter, that certain way, eventually they'll have a business of some kind, like probably cosmetics. That seems to be what she does the best with. But, that's what I see for her right now. Okay, one more. Let's take a look at Selena and Benny. Benny, I don't know if it's a real haircut or not. I don't care. He does strange things. Okay, and here's the social worker in me, the psychologist, whatever. What I pick up from Benny is some high functioning, and we don't use the word Asperger's anymore, but it's high functioning, some of that. And although he looks really relaxed in interviews, when he gets asked about her, he gets nervous and he says things that are just regrettable. That's what he does. I think she's very happy with him. I don't get anything untoward. And somebody else was saying, well, if they don't get their name mentioned, it gets worrisome. I don't think she's like that. She's really wanting this family thing to happen. That's what I pick up from her. And as far as whatever else she's going to have career-wise, she listens to her team. I don't know any controversies about her products in the past. I know she's had music and people wonder why doesn't she put out more music? Well, she has energy issues. It's exhausting to make new things. And also in this day and age of the internet and getting picked apart, it's maybe safer not to right now. Looking at Lizzo, her latest album isn't landing, and Meghan Trainor is in tears about her album. I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to either of them. And Lizzo has had her own separate thing of problems. It just seems like there's a shorter cycle of what people want, and then we have so many commentators, of which I'm doing, I guess so, pulling it apart, especially with music or anything that you put out there. So I think she's happy. That's what I think. But let's take a look at them, because he does unusual things, and that is certainly Benny. I don't know. I land on this side of it. If she is happy, I am happy. I know she's abroad. He doesn't like to fly airplanes. That's between them. There's the child card. How are Benny and Selena? What can we know about this? He says he's not used to being famous. Yeah, I'm kind of believing that. I just don't think he does. Even though he has that podcast, I think he just he gets nervous and he says things, and he doesn't regret any of it. And she just says, okay. But they're happy. They're happy. Are they celebrating? Are we going to be getting good news? How are Selena and Benny? I did clear these. I've got my little ringy thing somewhere else, but smoke from the candle can do it too. How are Selena and Benny? All right. Let's get one more. Victory? I don't know. All right. What can we know about Selena and Benny? What can we know about these two? Selena and Benny. Yes, what can we know about Selena and Benny? All right, let's take a peek here. The Hierophant. This is always a confusing card. I got it just last night. I was doing some readings. And it's like conformity, which they don't. He doesn't. But it's settled down. It's higher institutions. It's education. And it's also like the Pope blessing them. So, yeah, they're newlyweds. They're newly married. I'll take it for that. But they feel blessed. She does anyway. Okay, in the middle. A little tied up. I would sense from this she doesn't love everything he puts out there. She'd wish, maybe think before you post. But this person can easily take off their blinders, and it's an 8. 8 is a good number. But this isn't indicating like they're splitting. It's just sometimes she feels a little constricted by what he does. Oh, God, here we are. You saw me shuffle. We got the Lovers. Yeah, they're very happy. They're very compatible. We don't see what goes on behind the scenes, and he doesn't talk about it. To his credit, he says, I'm a gentleman. Nice. I want to see that. That's wonderful. Okay, let's look at the bottom. We got this before. I did shuffle. King of Wands. And it's right below this. So, okay, Benny, maybe lean into your orator side. Think before you talk. But this is also their new ideas, what they're doing together. They have some things they've been doing together. I can't remember with who. And next to it, we have good fortunes, the Wheel of Fortune. So they feel fortunate. They feel happy. They have this card. The relationship is fine. And she always lets us know anyway, right? Let's look inside. Okay. Knight of Wands. Yeah, that's kind of like this one. And while I don't know if this is a fertility card, but that wand, this wand, she wants those kids. And I'm not seeing it right now. I saw it before in some other things that I've done. And yeah, eventually the adoption option, the surrogate, whatever they're going to do, they're going to do. Maybe just get a little more settled. And she's in Paris doing something, I guess so. So, yeah. But as for their relationship, they're fine. She's happy. I'm happy. And that's what a good mom would say too. Unless, of course, it's completely toxic, in which you can't do much about that either. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll leave it here. I'll try to put timestamps in, and I didn't even take all my notes. I'm being lazy, I guess so. And I wish you a good day. Happy Father's Day if you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, do something for yourself, okay? And drop questions. I'll try to get back as soon as I can. I'm going to be out of town next week. And I'm going to try something different with political tarot. Oh dear, oh dear. But, yeah. All right, bye for now.